Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. My name is Tanayol, and I'm an anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry veterans to come together to share their knowledge, ideas, thoughts, and best practices with one another, as well as with upcoming industry leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings of all our industry stalwarts. We hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leader interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone, right? They help us to identify, nurture, and work on trade secrets that have already proven a success formula for so many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge sharing community. We have one such corporate veteran on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Bakhtavachalam Radhakrishnan. We welcome you on the show, sir.
Good morning. Thank you.
He is a skilled professional with a profound career spanning over 4 decades, emerging as an exemplary leader poised to excel in executive roles at the board level. With a steadfast commitment to excellence and an unwavering dedication to organizational growth, he is driven by a singular objective: to leverage his extensive industry experience and expertise while contributing to the advancement of diverse organizations. With an indomitable spirit and a penchant for innovation, he has championed numerous initiatives aimed at enhancing quality assurance and driving manufacturing efficiency. His proficiency in Six Sigma methodologies, underscored by his attainment of a black belt certificate, underscores his commitment to operational excellence and continuous improvement. In his most recent role, he has served as general manager and plant head, where he managed operational excellence and steered the organization towards unprecedented growth. So, sir, our viewers would like to know in brief about your career journey so far.
Thank you. If I close my eyes for a moment, I come from a middle-class family. I studied in a Polytechnic College and I passed in 1982. I got selected in one of the TVS company called Brakes India. So we are 5 of them at that time. We joined in Brakes India as a quality engineer. Slowly I progressed in that domain and I grew in 7 years to general foreman. In those days, it is called as general foreman, which is equivalent to assistant manager right now. With that, I started in the quality department. Then our organization started a new wing called Turbo Energy Limited. This is manufacturing of turbochargers. You know, turbochargers is an accessory to an automotive engine, which helps in reduction of carbon monoxide and it helps in carbon footprint. So that is how I got into the turbo energy in 1989. From there, the progress is different. So I had privilege of assembling the first CKD turbocharger kits, which we imported from our collaborator, KKK, known as BoardofDirectors now. And I was the first person to assemble those turbochargers. With 10 turbochargers per day in 1989, we grew almost 6,000 turbochargers per day today. So in this part of turbocharger, we used to import CKD at those times. Now we have almost 80% of the turbocharger components are made in India. We are proud to say that we have a market share of around 67% in India. And we have collaboration with the KKK, then now it is called BoardofDirectors turbocharger. During this year, I had the opportunity to lead quality, new product, manufacturing, program management, customer support for various positions. I used to be in a customer support for our BoardofDirectors Asheville plant in USA. I was plant head between 2010 and 2020 in a new site when it was started in Payyanur near Chennai as a plant head. Currently, I am handling QMS and more focus on standardization, Six Sigma, and sustainability. Some of the milestones are getting approvals from customers from our collaborator. We had a small facility started with the manufacturing of turbocharger components in those days, and we used to get approval from our collaborator. And we used to get PSW approval. And those days it is called as the release certificate, not PSW like what we say. This is a release certificate we used to get from our collaborator. And I was very instrumental in bringing those certification to our organization. And the challenge at that time was we have imported castings. We used to have 10 castings from our collaborator. We have to make 5 good parts, and those parts has to meet the specification, and the parts measured in India and the parts measured at BoardofDirectors should be the same. So that is a big challenge, and we were able to meet those requirements, and fortunately we used to get all the certifications. We started exporting of turbochargers at the rate of 400 per week to 4,000 per week. So those are the period which I was associated with the manufacturing. Later on, I moved to the other departments. This is a short overview.
So which of your roles and responsibilities have you enjoyed the most?
That's a good question. The most important roles I enjoyed was the Greenfield project, when I was given the Greenfield project in 2000 after completing my ME at that time. So I was given this Greenfield program, and we were given a small area of 10 meters by 10 meters with 5 machines to start with. And we got the BoardofDirectors order stating that if you make a 0 defect, we will give all the bearing housing manufacturing, which is manufactured BoardofDirectors Germany, will be transferred to India. So that was the challenge, and I was given that opportunity. We started with that small area, and we were able to successfully meet those requirements, and we could able to make 0 ppm for the first year. The moment we made the 0 ppm for the first year, they were thrilled, and they used to give the air freight cost for those machines which used to import from Germany. The machines used to come by air freight. We have to put it, set it, commission it, produce it, and make parts, manufacture, and send it back to Germany for release certificate. That was the greatest role I enjoyed, because it needs a lot of coordination, cooperation among various departments, from manufacturing, utility, quality, and the marketing the most. So I was blessed with the management commitment and support. Mr. Ramanujam is our managing director at that time, and Mr. Datharthi was the plant head at that time. So that was a very useful and guidance which I got. And the second most role which I enjoyed was in the recent past is implementing Six Sigma. When we had the COVID in 2019, so we were asked to work from home. So what we thought was, our management said, we will take few engineers, train them Six Sigma with our quality group on the online. We started with the 6 to 7 projects at that time. The ones after the COVID, we used to make almost 30 to 40 projects in a year, and we used to save crores of money. And that is a cherishable moment, enjoyable moment. I am happy to share that. Thank you.
So what are some values that you have lived by in your professional life?
Okay. So values, the moment values comes to my mind, I feel the environmental and issues which we were facing, and for which we started the ESG practices. And mostly what I can say is the commitment, sincerity, hard work with which we worked. And we were very transparent with our customers, and whatever we do, we transfer to them, so that it is a confidence building situation. So we were able to get more awards and more orders for them. So that is the most cherishable values.
So what led to your interest in ESG?
Good question. So basically, I was thinking about improvement in my career. So I started with the diploma, then I did my AME, then I graduated, post-graduated in ME CAD-CAM. So at that time, BRSR is one point which the Indian organizations used to concentrate. And I thought that we are already following a lot of process and controls. What is the requirement of ESG? So at that time, it was very new to me. So that's why I thought of joining the Directorsinstitute. And the moment I joined, I could understand what we follow and what required is requirements. The gap is so much. So that is why I got into the ESG. And after joining in the Direct Institute and the ESG practices, I'm confident that whatever we were doing is right. For example, we used to use the imported parts. We used to get the parts from other countries. There will be boxes will be there, and the wooden boxes we used to make them as tables and chairs, and we used to donate to the single teacher school or poverty driven schools. And we used to take care of the first child, the education. It was started around 30 years ago. And the moment I go through the ESG practices and recommendation, oh, good. So that is nice thing. Those are the things which we have started earlier. And now those are the things now the government and other things also wanted to follow in the same line.
So as an ESG expert, what values do you bring to the table?
Yes, I can say that I am an expert in systems, not the ESG, but what I feel that what I can contribute based on these learnings is either on the executive or non-executive directorship. My expertise in manufacturing and quality assurance background, I can create a system. I can recommend the system where the risk management using the FMEA, because we are coming from the automotive industry. We largely follow the FMEA and problem solving Six Sigma methodology, 80 methodology towards our improvement. Those things I think we can bring it to the ESG environment also. That will be helpful for the organization. And I suggest other things also, like going to the standards like ISO 14001 for the environmental standard, or 50001 for energy management, or 14068 on greenhouse gas. So those are the standards which will help any organization in bringing the ESG, meeting those requirements. Similarly, on the ISMS, we have the ISO 27001 and ISO 45001 on health and safety. And with respect to the social accountability, SA 8000 is one good standard which we can use. On the governance, ISO 37000 is a guidelines which we can follow it as. And my ambition is to use these systems which will help us in our organization formulating procedures, policies, KPIs, management reviews, periodic audits by internal and external. So these certificates and audits will help and confidence for the management as well as the stakeholders, board members.
So what are some of the most remarkable changes you have seen in your field with changes in technology, and what changes do you expect to see in the future with the advent of all these new technologies like IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, big data, digital twin, Web 3.0, etc.?
Yes, actually, as you said, my association with the industry is more than 40 years. So especially on the manufacturing. So I came from manufacturing. I saw machines which were conventional lathe, the drilling machines, to now we have the CNC machines, 3D printing, robotic assembly cells, and the development of a new material science as a BorgWarner turbocharger manufacturing system. We have a different patented material where we can, the temperature of the turbine housing can go up to 900 degrees, so which is Celsius, so which is very helpful for the India. So those are the things which is the remarkable changes which manufacturing. And the second one is since the recoil is coming up in India, we have a very good traceability system. We have the traceability not only in our manufacturing facility, we call it as a tier 1. We have the manufacturing traceability with respect to tier 2, and we are extending to tier 3. This is the greatest thing which we feel that this is very useful not only for the organization. So whenever we have some kinds of risk like this, it will greatly help us. So the other one is what I right now, artificial intelligence and other things. We are in the early stage. We have formed a different streams which are focusing on Industry 4.0. Right now, we use a lot of vision system, and we used to have SPC charts in those days where we used to monitor and measure those parts on an hourly basis or 2 hourly basis. with this latest technology, we capture all the process parameters, everything into our system. We have a Think7, we have a system called Think7, where all the data are stored. We have put the control limits. If the control limits is crossed, we get the alarm, the machine stops, automatically it gets notified, and the concerned production or quality person attended, so that we prevent the defects going to the next step. These are the things. And the last one is the EOLT, we call it as the end of line test, which we introduced 2 years ago for one of our customers in India, where all the functional parameters, they put the turbocharger into the engine and they feel some problem. The parts may be manufactured to the part of the print, but ultimately functional, they may not be able to meet. So we had the EOLT system, which our team built it. So those are the things I was part of that, and those are the technology I feel it is good to share with you. Thank you.
So we're building a community here of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. What are your thoughts about this initiative taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the whole World Development Corporation team?
First, great. Thank you. Thanks for Zishan and Mehta. Because this is a great initiative, because I am coming from, as I said earlier, I'm coming from a middle class family. We are not exposed to these type of exposures like the interviews or the trainings. We had mostly, we used to say that dirt is our weapon. That's how we used to work. Now, moving to the directorship, moving to the board level, what are the other traits and knowledges, the other traits which we have to inculcate? Those are the things which actually this Director Institute and this course actually helping me. And definitely I will be recommending this to my colleagues and other parts, because I feel I am more motivated. I am better than what I was, even though I can say that I have a lot industrial experience. But these 10 weeks weekend classes, it has cherished. And whatever the ESG, how to read the ESG documentations or the BRSR documentations, which the board level point of view, which we need to look at it. Those are the final points which we don't get in anywhere in the textbook or in the Google or in the internet. Those are the fine points which actually this institute has brought up. And I would like to once again thank you for the institute, not only the team, other team members which are behind the scene also. Thank you.
Great, sir. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will truly inspire future leaders. Thank you so much once again for joining us today, and wish you the best for your future endeavor.
Thank you. Even 1 or 2%, the youngsters, if you see this the video and get motivated, and if they want to improve their knowledge on ESG or on the higher education, I feel I am blessed. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
You too, sir. Bye.